like a super duper long unit. It's really like 3 units in one. All of our linear equation stuff, there's really a lot of stuff that goes with it. So the last thing we're going to look at is linear inequalities. Okay? So linear inequalities look like equations of lines. You can see right here we have y is greater than 2x minus 8, except for they have an inequality sign instead of equal sign. So we talked about determining solutions a while back. And so if I had a point like -2, -16, and I was trying to decide if it was a solution with an equation, what did I do with that point? What did I do? Wade? What do you mean by that? Yes, so you like plug the numbers in, all right? So we would have an x here and a y here. That's exactly what you do with inequalities. It just looks a little bit different, and you got to decide if it's true or not. So this says choose all ordered pairs that are solutions to the inequality. There might be more than one answer here. So if I want to check this, I would say for the y, I'd put -16 greater than 2 times 2 minus 8. 2 times 2 is 4 minus 8. -16 is greater than -4. What was that question? If it were an equal sign, it would have to match the y. Yes. But in this case, we have a greater than sign. Is it true that -16 is greater than -4? No, it's not. So this is not an answer. But if that was true, it would be an answer. So it may not match here. It just depends on whether or not it's actually greater than or less than here. -16 is less than -4, so that's not an answer choice. There will be lots of answers sometimes to these problems. So, so if we try the next one, -7 is greater than 2 times 5 minus 8. So -7 is greater than 10 minus 8. -7 is greater than 2. Is that true? -7 greater than 2? No. Okay. If we try C, we plug in 5 for our y, greater than 2 times 1 minus 8. So I got 5 is greater than 2 minus 8. So 5 is greater than -6. Is that true? This is true. So there's an answer. It says there could be more than one answer for these, so we need to check more. I've got -4 greater than 2 times 2 minus 8. So -4 greater than 4 minus 8. -4 greater than -4. That's not greater than -4, right? What if this was a greater than or equal to sign? Then it would be true, because if they're equal, it's true. But this is just a greater than sign, so D is not it. And then finally, we'd have 20 is greater than 2 times 6 minus 8. So 20 is greater than 12 minus 8. So 20 is greater than 4. Is that true? Yes. So C and E are both answers for this one. Okay, I want you guys to try number 2 on your own. But you don't have to. So what you can do is just plug the numbers in. 5 times 5 minus 3 times 3 is greater than or equal to 9. Okay, so 25 minus 9 is greater than or equal to 9. That's going to be 16. Is greater than or equal to 9. Is that true? 16 is greater than or equal to 9? Yes. So this would be an answer choice. So you don't have to solve it for y to be able to check these. So try the rest of those, see if they work. Okay, so which ones did you guys get as answers? A, B, D, and E. Basically everything except for C, right? And that should be correct there. You might be able to do these in your head. I usually do whenever I do these, which is fine. But if you need to, write them out. Okay. If you do not have every single thing I have up here copied down, that is okay. Any questions, though, about what we're doing? Okay. We're going to move on if you don't have, like I said, if you don't have everything copied there, it's okay. Because you definitely need to get this right here copied. Okay? So, graphing linear inequalities is a lot like just graphing regular lines with a couple differences. Okay? If we have a greater than or a less than sign, then the line is not included. So we are going to have to use a dotted line. But if we have a greater than or less than sign with a or equal to underneath it, greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, we are going to use a solid line. Okay? We are also going to shade regions of the graph. So if we have a greater than or equal to, we're going to shade above the line. And if we have a less than or equal to, we're going to shade below. Okay, make sure you have that filled in. Okay, so we are going to graph y is greater than 2/3 x minus 4. Okay, so we need to know our y-intercept and our slope just like we were graphing a normal line. So, Peyton, what is the y-intercept of that line? Good, so we're going to go down on the y-axis to -4. We're going to put ourselves a dot. Okay, Easton, what's my slope? Okay, so from this point, what do I need to do, Easton? Perfect. Up 2 to the right 3. And I'm just putting my dots in right now. Because since I now need to think about my sign. So I've got all my points there. I need to think about this sign. It is a greater than sign. So when I go to draw my line, should I use a dotted line or a solid line? Dotted line. So I am going to draw a dotted line here, which is not drawing very well for some reason. And then, since I have a greater than sign, should I shade above the graph or below? Above. So I'm going to use the highlighter here. You can just lightly shade with your pencil. Or if you have a highlighter or something and want to use it, go for it. But we're just going to color everything above that line. And so what this means is that any point in that region is a solution for this graph. No matter where I pick that point. So any point in that region is a solution for the graph. For the equation, or inequality, I should say. Okay, questions? Right, so like for example, we're going to do this here in a second, but like if you asked me if negative 3, 6 was a solution, negative 3, 6 is in my shaded region, so I know it's a solution. I don't even have to plug it in. I would have 6 is greater than 2/3 times negative 3 minus 4. So that would be negative 2 minus 4. 6 is greater than negative 6. That's true. But I already knew that because it's in the it's in the shaded region, so it has to be true, right? So that'd be true of any point in that region, right there. Okay. All right, let's try another one. Now here, I've got 2x minus 4y is less than or equal to negative 12. Can I graph this the way it is right now? No. What do I have to do? Solve it for y. I need to solve it for y. So I've got 2x minus 4y is less than or equal to negative 12. So Zane, what would I do to solve that for y? Good. So I got negative 4y is less than or equal to negative 12 minus 2x. Good. Then what would I need to do, Zane? Okay. So everything, perfect. So I got y. And over here I've got negative 12 divided by negative 4 is going to give me a positive 3. Negative divided by negative here gives me a positive. This doesn't go. What does it reduce to? 1/2. No, don't flip it. Oh, flip what? Maybe. The inequality sign, yes. So inequality sign, when we divide by a negative, we have to flip it. Yes, very good, Julian. So let's make ourselves a note so we don't forget that. If you multiply or divide by a negative, you must flip the inequality sign. So don't forget to do that. So, Marley, what is our y-intercept of that equation? It's 3. All right, from that point, what is our slope? 1/2. So where did I go from this point that I'm at right here? Up 1, right 2. Right. So I'll put all of these points here. Okay. I should put that phone away. All right. Zach, what type of line should I use? Should it be a dotted line or a solid line? Solid. Okay. And then I got to think about whether I'm going to shade above or below this graph. It is a greater than. So go with once you get it solved for y. Because we did have a less than sign here at the very beginning. Right? But go with what you have once you get it solved for y. And this is a greater than sign right here. So we will shade above. Questions? Yeah, we've basically done all of it before. We just haven't had to do the dotted line or the shape. Right? Okay? All right. here's our last one that we're going to have to graph. So we got 3x minus y is greater than 7. So for this, tell me, Wade, what to do. Very good. So I got negative y is greater than 7 minus 3x. What do I do then? Good. What's that do to my sign right here? Flips it. What do I get on the other side? Are you sure about that? Negative? Plus 3x. Alright, so, Passion, what is the y-intercept of that graph? Good. So we'll go to negative 7 and put our dot. What's our slope, Passion? So what should I do from this dot? Okay. I got to make it a fraction. So I can put this over 1. All right. So up 3 and then right 1. All right. So Vince, should I use a solid line or a dotted line for this one? Okay, it's going to be dotted. Why is it going to be dotted? It's less than. It doesn't have an or equal to. Okay, so the or equal to would mean we would do a solid line. You could say to the right, here's how we're going to shade. You're thinking about above and below. It's a little tough whenever your line's super steep like this. But, you know, just pick a point on the line. This is above here. This is below. So we shade this bottom part right here. Okay, questions? All right. We got just a couple more really quick ones to do, and you guys can get started on this. So, it's so much easier to do solutions if you have a graph. Because if I want to know if 3, negative 2 is a solution, I'm just going to graph 3, negative 2. It's right here. Is it a solution? Yes, it's in the shaded area. 5, 8? No. Negative 10, 2? Right here? No. Negative 6, negative 2? Oh, that's right on the line. It is a solution because we have a solid line here. What about if it had been dotted line? It would not be a solution. So this works because it's a solid line. Negative 2, 1. Oh, that's close. It's not on the line. It's a little bit above, so that is a no on that one. And then 4, 2 is right here. That one would be a yes. So another thing you might want to try, if they give you one like those first couple that we were doing, is you may just want to graph it and see what you have there. Because it's super fast if you already have it graphed. If you're in the shaded region or on a solid line, then you know it's a solution. And a problem like this, you have to do it this way because they didn't give you the equation of the line anyway. Okay, questions? All right, hold on. Let's just do this last one together. All right, so 1, 1. Is that a solution? It would almost be, but it's a dotted line this time, so it is not. Dotted line is not included, so you don't include it if it's a dotted line. 4, 3, yes. Negative 2, 1, nope. Negative 5, negative 2, no. 8, 0, it's right here. Yes. 0, 3, no. So you just have B and E for that one. All right, so you have about 10 minutes. I want you to go to Delta Math. And I'm going to go there right now while you guys are getting your computers out. Yes. You are probably okay now, Wade. I have not put those in yet because I am so behind on grading that I'll get it in soon. All right. Yes. Yes, you can. All right. All right, so some of you didn't even try. It tells me you didn't even try to answer a question.
I tried to answer like 6.
Some of you didn't even answer a single question. So you can be expecting a 0. Okay, so like it's going to ask you to graph. So you would need to solve it for y first. For this one. So you would have 6y is greater than or equal to 5x minus 48. You divide by 6. I'm doing it super fast just so I can show you how the graphing works. So I got 5, 6 minus 8 here. So you just have to put a dot right there at your y-intercept. Well, oh, I got to click right here. Put a dot right here at the y-intercept. Go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Click right here. It will graph it. You're clicking here. So everybody look up here real quick so you know how you do it. Click here if you need to change the line. Do I need to change my line here for greater than or equal to? No, solid line is good. But if you need a dotted line, you just click change line. It will change it back and forth. And then it'll either shade above or below. Is this correct? For greater than or equal to? That's below. We need above. So this one would be my answer. Okay, so it graphs like it's been graphing, except for you're just going to change that line and that shading. No, just the linear inequalities. Systems by graphing is later in the week.
Wait, do we have any homework other than the Delta Math?
Just the Delta Math.
I was going to say,